Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block. On a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At InChain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts. Basically ones that can run operating systems. That's all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Alrighty, Roo, everybody, let's try this again, shall we? Good grief, I always get paranoid whenever something doesn't go wrong with the show. I'm just like, what's going on? Have I got my VPN set up and all that? Is anybody attacking it? Oh dear, you know. But that's what you just have to come to expect these days in the world of crypto. Because as we know, it is, cryptocurrency, well, it's not cryptocurrency, but blockchain is expected to be the most disruptive technology that this planet has ever seen. More so than, like the internal combustion engine, more so than electricity, more than anything. So we haven't really had a new money in over 200 years, let me think. So it was Isaac Newton who put Britain on the gold standard back in 1639. So, and that was kind of like, paper money based on the gold standard. But we've had paper money ever since then. So this is new. Money backed by the sovereignty of our own data. It is commoditized data sovereignty. And obviously, those who have the central control of the money that we currently use at the moment are going to be very reluctant to have a competitive come their way because they never saw this coming. So they're going to do all they can to stop it. And remember, when you have unlimited funds, when you can just simply press that print button on the old printing press, or as the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Ben Bernanke, once said, we just use the computer. That's all we do. How do you make money, Ben Bernanke? Well, we just use the computer to mark up the size of their account with the Fed. You mean like to give them money? All right. So that's what we're up against. People who can press buttons to make money out of thin air. It is not going to be an easy job. But I'm game. I'm up for it because this is what the world needs. We need a commodity money that is divisible and not one that is just simply inflated, because it's inflation that causes all the problems that we have in this world pretty much. And as we know, as an empire or civilization starts to collapse, the first thing that happens as an indicator is that its currency starts to get debased. And this is what we're seeing at the moment with fiat currency, with the massive amount of printing that's been going on. More money has been printed in the last 6 months than it has ever been printed in the last 200 years. It's outrageous. So you wonder why we broadcast on Twitch? It's because YouTube have already taken down 2 of my channels, even though I was only getting like 50 views on each video. How crazy is that? They still were, and then after that they took down 2 of my channels. Then they were preventing me from editing my shows. This is how much effort they were going to. Then they were deleting episodes, like monitoring a channel that had like 50 views. Like, how ridiculous is that? You know, they don't mind any of these shitcoiners shilling their shitcoins, like, you know, Corecoin, BTC and BCH and ERC20 tokens and Ethereum and all these like just utter shitcoins. But when it comes to the genuine Bitcoin, oh no, 50 views is too much. Can't be having that. Like, absolutely ridiculous. So I want to give as many people as I can the opportunity to watch my show for free, which is why we broadcast live on Twitch TV at 5 p.m. Live at 5 from wherever I am in the world, currently in the UK. So just go to www.twitch.tv/Satoshi TV. The trailer goes onto YouTube, and then the full episode goes up onto Streamanity, where you can set your own fee according to how you judge the quality of your content. So, as I was just saying a second ago, before I had to restart the show, I've just created for myself an introduction video for my channel, which we're going to go and have a listen to right now, provided it fires up and it works. So, yeah, have a listen to this. Let me know what you think. When it comes up.
I like Bitcoin the way it is. In fact, I love Bitcoin the way it is. And the way it's currently constructed, it is possible to put all $250 trillion of monetary energy in big blocks of encrypted energy on the blockchain. Maybe the Bitcoin will be 1 million. You can probably calculate $10 million of Bitcoin or something. Big blocks, $100 million chunks on the blockchain. It'll store all the monetary energy in the world, and it should store it for the next 100 years without losing any of it. If Bitcoin's going to fail, it's not going to fail due to lack of functionality or lack of speed or lack of scalability. In my opinion, if Bitcoin is going to fail, it's going to fail because it loses trust and security. We have to protect the network integrity at all cost.
Bitcoin was created by the central bankers that enslave you today. It is their scapegoat.
How do you answer those, Max and Stacey?
I think the evidence is clear that they do not control it. There's 10 years, almost 11 years now of track record.
Yeah, Blockstream controls it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Who does?
Blockstream.
Oh,
all right.
I was looking at you when I said that.
Yeah, I'm a Blockstream. I have a spy. I'm more than spies. No, so this, it's an interesting. There's.
I have a question here from Satoshi, defender of Bitcoin. He said, if a cryptocurrency is anonymous, like BCH, I don't think BCH is anonymous, but maybe there is something.
Check out cashfusion.com and you combine that with reusable payment codes, and you get Bitcoin Cash in the same sort of ballpark of privacy as Monero. It's really awesome. So you can check out Cashfusion. And I always get it wrong. I think it's .com, but it might be .org. So you can check both. Cashfusion.com.
Okay, awesome. So BCH, maybe using Cash Fusion and XMR, if they're anonymous, how can a business get legal recourse against a supplier if the supplier defaults and no proof on the transaction exists because anon?
Yeah, if you want your cryptocurrency to be perfectly legal for everything all the time, just go use your Visa card. Just go use your PayPal, right? What do you need a cryptocurrency for? You can do all of it with a centralized, fully legal and fully compliant payment platform, right? So go use PayPal. I think you've missed the entire point. The entire point of cryptocurrencies is that by technological design, they are beyond the reach of the law. They're above the law. That's why, imagine if Bitcoin could have been shut down by governments, they probably would have shut it down from right out of the gate. And it's the fact that Bitcoin can't be shut down Like we should ask the BSVers this: if they pass a law saying BSV needs to shut down their blockchain, are they going to obey and shut down their BSV blockchain? I hope the answer would be no. Which is just, a lot of the stuff I see from some of these BSVers are silly. But then there's other BSV fans that, I'm very, very sympathetic to their way of thinking. But the ones that say that the blockchains all need to be legally compliant about everything all the time, just go use your Visa card.
This is what it all comes down to. See, what people don't understand is Bitcoin with a stable protocol takes away power. If no one can change the protocol, not me, not God, there's no power in money. Money is all about power. And this is one of the things Bitcoin has done. It has removed that power. It will remove that power globally.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block, on a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing so far a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts, basically ones that can run operating systems. That's all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small. At the end of the day, we own a lot of Bitcoin. The simple thing is, if we make the network scale, if we make it bigger, my main compensation, more than anything anyone could ever pay me, is the price of Bitcoin goes up. So that's my pure drive. I want Bitcoin not to go up to 10,000 or 100,000. I want it to be worth millions per Bitcoin. That's it. And that's what we spend money for. Very simple.
Get your tweet etched on Twitch. I will get my tweet etched on Twitch. Thank you very much, Satoshi. There we go. So that is my new sort of like introduction video on my channel, because I mean I'm trying to spell it out for people. First of all, it's sort of, we've got Michael Saylor telling us that the network needs to we need to have its integrity predicted at all costs, and then you've got Sam Samad going, oh yeah, well Blockstream control it, and then Max the Kaiser and Stacey going, I'm sorry, who does? I couldn't believe there is. And then you got Roger Ver going, yeah. I mean, if you want your cryptocurrency to be perfectly legal all the time, so as in like not illegal, there's no like middle ground there. Just use your Visa card. And it's like, okay, well I will then. And then you've got Craig saying, right, well, Bitcoin with a stable protocol removes power. And we all know that money cannot have any value whatsoever if it has a central point of authority or control or power. That's the whole idea of it. So with Blockstream taking control of BTC, it's basically crashed its fundamental value to zero, and Roger Ver and his mates deciding that they're going to make it illegal, so they've now got control of it, which makes it fundamentally value and crashed its value to zero. And then we've got Craig saying, look, Bitcoin with a stable protocol removes power. A market cap of $29 trillion is too small, and I want Bitcoin to be worth millions, and that's his pure drive for adding value to it. And now that we know that a market cap of 29 trillion, which is like a $4 million Bitcoin each, is too small. And in the introduction, he says, well, we can have derivatives in that, all derivatives The derivatives market is estimated to be between $800 trillion and $1 quadrillion, which puts Bitcoin at a valuation of about $40 million per Bitcoin. And that's conservative because it's just the derivatives market. There are more markets to include in that, but then it doesn't stop. But, you know, Michael Saylor is going, oh yeah, I think there might be like, you know, a $4 million Bitcoin. And, you know, like Chris from Crypto was clapping his hands going, oh yes, oh, like a $5 million Bitcoin. It's like, they have no clue. They have no clue about the genuine power of this thing, which is why they're just simply looking at a number go up because they haven't bothered doing their fundamental research. Unfortunately, Michael Saylor has done his research. He's obviously thought about this a lot, but he has no idea about the political situation that he faces. Not at all. So he's gonna come a cropper, and he is gonna be pissed. He's gonna be really pissed because at the moment, he's basically trying to prop up the market and doing what Nick Leeson did with Barings Bank. Like, whenever the price goes down and there's loads of FUD in the market, he's like, oh, we just bought another, like, you know, 300 plus BTC. You know, and all the shitcoin traders like, oh, Michael Saylor gone in. That's another, like, you know, 310 like BTC that's been bought. Oh, yeah, we'll stable the price out. You cannot and you will not be able to stem the tide, Michael. You have no idea about how powerful the hand of Satoshi is. So if you are a true Bitcoiner, it's not really important as to who Satoshi Nakamoto is, because that's purely a one-off pump and dump, you know, for traders to trade on. However, if you are a shitcoiner, it is extremely important for you to know who Satoshi Nakamoto is, because he will wipe the shitcoins out. Totally. This is why he set up the Tulip Trust. And this show is going to be dedicated to, you know, basically sort of like, you know, Craig proving who he is. You know, and one of the things that, you know, or one of the reasons he can prove who he is by looking at the numbers. He set up the Tulip Trust on the 9th of June. 2011, and it had 1,100,111 Bitcoin in it, and those are unsplit Bitcoins. Now that represented about 17% of the circulating supply at the time, which is a massive indicator that he is indeed Satoshi Nakamoto. And yes, I have seen his tax return in relation to Bitcoin in 2009. It is literally the evidence that he has presented that he is Satoshi, as Peter McCormack said, a crazy amount of evidence that he is Satoshi. Well, it's absolutely insane. But that's why we call them shitcoiners with shit for brains. So, Michael and any other shitcoiner, if you are watching my show, I did create this coin crap market, you know, chart for you. And all these coins are in rank order of value. Not price, value. Price is social. It is set by social factors such as supply and demand in a particular market at a specific moment in time. However, value is like intrinsic value. It is fundamental value. It is how this thing works and the value that it's got, the potential that it has, the entire market. This is why Bitcoin's I'd say fundamental value is like $40 million plus because of the market it is capable of reaching and the need that it has. That's the fundamental value. And it gets its fundamental value from solving the paradox of the centralized starting point, which is its neutral growth over 11 years. Or should I say actually from the start of Bitcoin, because releasing the white paper on the 31st of October 2008 was all part of it. So actually 31st of October 2008 to the 1st of January 2020. All that time dedicated to solving the paradox of the centralized starting point, which is a paradox that just simply cannot be solved overnight and that none of these people understand yet. None of the corporations that are in it understand that. None of the people who are in the space understand this because it's a paradox. They don't get it. They're just, oh, well, you know, we can have like proof of stake and we can do sharding and have like, you know, we can distribute it everywhere. No, it's not about distribution. It's about competition between the parties. Without competition, there is collusion. There is a single central entity controlling the network, Can you imagine America or China using a cryptocurrency that's controlled by a group of stakeholders? Never gonna happen. And who is it that issued the coins to those stakeholders? Well, the person who created it. It is absolutely a security. Just like delegated proof of stake and EOS. And ERC20s are just simply tokens that are created on top of blockchains. And then you've got pre-mined, which burn to balance the ledger, all created at a single moment in time. a bit like the Book of Genesis, really, if you believe that shit. Well, world was made in 7 days, and then on the 7th day, God got a little bit tired, so he had a rest. Well, actually, you know, yeah. I'm gonna make a joke here, like, and this is kind of offensive. It's sexist, but it's a joke, like, you know, and you will get the joke when I get to the punchline. So, just talking about Adam and Eve. So, God saw Adam in the Garden of Eden, all alone. So one day he tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Look, Adam, mate, I can see you're lonely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you a partner. We'll call it a woman, and she will cook, clean, iron, hunt. She will even provide you with sexual pleasure, and she will never even moan." Now Adam, realizing that God was a bit of a wheeler dealer, thought to himself, there's got to be more to this. So he said, all right then, God, what's that going to cost me? God said, that, my son, will cost you one arm and one leg. Now, Adam thought about this for a while and then said, what can I get for a rib? Only a good comedian laughs at his own jokes. I know they're terrible. Oh dear, oh dear. I still find it funny because it's kind of like, it's offensive, but it's not really all that rude, is it? If you think about it, it's just funny. Like little jokes like that always generally tend to tickle me, so I get my humour. So anyway, completely lost track of what I was saying there. So competition, you need that between those who economically sustain the network in order to make sure that they are separate legal entities. Now, as you can see, the only other coin on here that is actually listed as a commodity is Litecoin. But the reason the result is a pile of poo is because Charlie Lee exit scammed the shit out of it. And the reason he did that is because he created it. And since he created it, he knew that he discredited it. And since he discredited it and he knew it was an absolute piece of shit, that's why he exit scammed the shit out of it, leaving all his followers and everyone else just simply high and dry. And if you don't believe me, let's have a listen to what Charlie Lee said in his interview regarding Litecoin. Here we go.
You created Litecoin, right? So this has to be something like you're incredibly passionate about.
Yeah, as most of you probably know, I kind of created it just for fun, right? Didn't really expect it to become anything.
No, I didn't know that, Charlie. And I'm sure nobody else did either, which is why they bought your piece of crap. But thanks for letting us know now. A little bit late, don't you think? I think a little bit of compensation, wouldn't go awry, do you? Like, oh dear, absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, that kind of like speaks for itself, I mean, if you want to check it out, you can just follow me on Twitter or follow me on Twitch. User number 1208. That's me. Right, let's check out these. Let's check out the graphs here. I haven't seen these today. Oh, okay. Shout out to people in the chat box. I can see Shelly Mac and JP and TD Verge. Great stuff. Somebody asking me if I want to buy followers. If I wanted followers, I wouldn't block everybody, would I? Right, so I'm not interested in these shitcoins at all, so we'll just crack on with Bitcoin here. So we've got Bitcoin 0.7% of the hash rate, network nodes 2.1. Oh, is this a price increase here I'm seeing here on Prev? 187 has gone up a little bit. Yeah, so it's 177 here. Discrepancy in the price. We'll have a look at the shitcoin market in a minute. But yeah, I mean, what if that Ethereum shitcoin hit all-time highs earlier today, so I heard. Not that I watch it, but we'll see that in a second. So yeah, network nodes 2.1. Transactions 34.2. Block size 28.5. We'll place spot the biggest block on Bcrash. 2.3 from Via BTC. I don't know what they're doing on there. We need Kurt on the show to explain. He'll know who all the different miners are. So that's the biggest block on Bcrash. Let's say 2.3. And Michael Saylor, if you're watching my show and you're not sure whether or not Blockstream do control Coolcoin BTC and have purposely prevented it from scaling and encourage people not to use it, look at the block size. Not only have they told you not to use it, they've made it so that you can't use it. They are never gonna scale it. No matter how slow or cautious or careful you want them to be. Never gonna happen. They don't want it to work. But unfortunately, scaling is required massively due to the block reward getting cut in half. That is a 50% reduction in the mining rewards every 210,000 blocks. It is huge. We need massive scaling on-chain ASAP, which is what we are doing. However, just going to play spot the biggest block on Bitcoin. Oh no, phew! I can see a 2.6 megabyte block, so that beats Bcrash. Any other double figure blocks on there today? Oh, looking a bit sparse. Oh, oof. Transaction banking, if you ask me, the calm before the storm. But I mean, look, yeah, I mean, Huobi versus Unknown. Huobi Unknown, Huobi Unknown. Good grief, battle royale going on there. So it's basically Unknown Miner protecting Tal and Nord Pool Mempool from any shitcoin enterprises that are wanting to just simply scoop up all the empty blocks, you know, having a field day. So I'm not sure if Huobi is friend or foe, but you know, time will tell. So Bitcoin hash rate. So yeah, Bcrash has just gone up, but again, hash rate will just simply follows price. Price follows value. Value follows utility. Once it has utility, it then has a value. Once it has a value, it can then develop a price. Once a price has been developed, it can then be used as a medium of exchange to be measured against the cost of other goods and services. That's the whole point. Proof of work by network. Seriously, CoinDance, going to do this to me now on a live show. Come on. Let's have this. Yeah, proof of work by network again. Coolcoin Bcrash will just simply stop overnight. Bcrash versus Bitcoin hash rate. Bcrash versus Bitcoin proof of work. Oh, it's currently 5,800 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Coolcoin. But look at this. So it's actually 13.6% more profitable to mine on Coolcoin than Bitcoin. So, you know, it means those miners are taking a hit. They should be jumping off the chain, really. But, you know, I mean, from the looks of it, like Huobi's hanging in there for whatever reason. I mean, you know, willing to take a 13.6% hit in profits, you know, for whatever reason. I mean, hopefully they're friend, but who knows, you know, I mean, it looks like it could be a little bit sus if you ask me. So, daily average Bitcoin block size by network. Yeah, Coolcoin winning. Daily Bitcoin transactions by network. Oh, Coolcoin just winning. Daily average Bitcoin transactions per block by network. Coolcoin just winning. Fees USD. Bitcoin smashing it. Fees Satoshis. Bitcoin smashing it. Block reward ratio. Again, that'll come with time because it follows price, which follows value, follows utility. And blockchain growth by network. Again, just laughing at Bcrash there. Absolutely hilarious. Right, here we go. This is the hash rate. This tells you all you need to know. So in terms of global hash rate, Tal is providing 0.17% of global hash rate on the network. 24 hours, yeah, Tal is still on with the same. So we'll see where all their hash rate is focused. But yeah, just got Binance pushing BTC.com down into 4th place there. It's usually the big boys at the top. Right, let's get into it. This is Coolcoin. Whoa, BTC.com fancying it big time. Moving themselves up into 1st place. Squeezing F2 Pool into 2nd. Binance in 3rd. Pooling down in 4th. Wow. And look, Tal is nowhere to be seen. Neither is Nord Pool Mempool. So that's a huge indicator. SBI Crypto, let's see what they've got. Global hash rate. SBI Crypto, they've got a 1.3 1.37, so that's bigger than Tau. But as we are expecting massive expansion from Tau very soon. Very soon. B Crash looking interesting. Hathor has pretty much jumped off the chain here. Is that because it's making it more profitable for these other shitcoin enterprises to mine on it, maybe? Right. And look at Bitcoin. So, Huobi macking it. Really loving Bitcoin. They've only got a little bit on B Crash. Quite a lot on Coolcoin. Alright. For some reason they're loving it. But look, oh, did I see all the big three Mac Daddies on Bitcoin just then? Did my eyes deceive me? F2 pool in. I know, still missing BTC.com, but never mind. We know that that's Jihan anyway, so they can do one. Via BTC being squeezed there. Hathor's just got a little bit on there. Norpool Mempool increasing their hash rate on Bitcoin. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Right, let's have a quick look at Bitcoin Blocks Live. Here we go. Loving the new interface of the Maximum browser there. Moving all onto Bitcoin. Right, so for any newbies again who are watching this for the first time, wondering what it is on earth we're looking at, this absolutely fascinates me. This is the blockchain working live in front of our very eyes. This is immutable data being broadcast to the network. These vertical rectangular blocks we see across the top of the transactions being recognized by the nodes on the network. Below that are the list of the those organizations who are generating the transactions. So we've currently got unrecognized 89.8, so that's probably like new or applications coming on board, I would say. Peer gain 4.3, plain text 3%, Prev 2%, and then Twetch on there at 1%. That's pretty good. And then we've got the transaction ID, the input, the output, the type, and the op return. And then below that, we have the meme pool. So when the transactions are recognized by the nodes on the network, they are then thrown into the meme pool, which is where they are then competed for by the miners and payment processors in order to process the transactions, put them in a block, put the block on the blockchain, and win the block reward, which is the Coinbase of 6.25 Bitcoin. And this is the global chain in front of our very eyes being built. So we can see at the moment we are currently on block size 671,601, and in the highlighted rectangular box below, if we highlight this 8.8 megabyte block, we can see the hash number, the height, who it was mined by. Oh, that was mined by Mempool. Size, the block size, the time, the date, the transaction count, and total fees in the block. Total fees in the block of that one were $5.75. And as we know, if you've been listening to my show, the total fees in the block are anticipated to surpass the block reward, which is effectively like nearly like $1,000 at the moment, in Q1 2021, of which we are now in. So let us find this image. There we go. Enlarge this for all the world to see. Check it out. So this is the block reward halving. It gets cut in half and half and half and half and half again. And then this is the anticipated BSV transactions subsidy. So this must have been, well, I mean, it has to have been made, between November 15, 2018 and now, because it's got BSV, because BSV, the ticker symbol, didn't exist before then. So somebody has had this planning for a long time. I wonder who. So, two indicators that massive transactions are expected to come on chain. One, it was like 20,000 BSV loan to Tau that was made on the 17th of December last year. If they were just simply going to convert it into dirty dollars and expand their mining operations, it could have been given to them in BTC. But it wasn't. It was provided in BSV. So that indicates to me that they're expecting mass transaction volumes because they want to massively expand their mining operations, and a massive increase in the price. A massive increase in the price. Because they're clearly not going to dump it into dollar right now. They're going to wait. So what are they waiting for? The only conclusion I can come to is that they are waiting for a massive increase in the price. Imminently. And when I say imminently, as in like enough time needs to have passed between the initial giving of the loan, you know, because you can't just simply give a loan and then the next day it just simply, you know, motors up in price. You know, a reasonable amount of time has to be provided, you know, so that it doesn't look like insider dealing or insider trading or like, you know, anything like that, you know. But we know that has got to be the purpose of the loan. I can't think of any other rational explanation for it. So hold on to your hats, people. This is gonna be massive, literally massive. Yeah, and like I said, imminently. So get in there. Right, let's have a quick look. A bit info charts again for any newbies who haven't seen this before. You can compare all these shitcoins across the top, and at the top here in the bar, you can see the various wallets, which is like the rich list. You can see all the wallets with bitcoins and shitcoins in, and then at the on the left hand side, like here on these blue tabs, you can click on these comparatively and see the charts and include any shitcoins that you like. So we're going to go to log, and then we're going to go to 3 years. And then we're going to take Dogecoin out because that's an absolute joke, like literally. And we'll add Bitcoin because that's the only one we're really interested in, which is BSV. And then we'll do a Roger's coin and his mates, a shit coin of BCH. And here we go. This says it all. This is investment. This is utility. This is functionality. This is value. This is investment. This is development. This is intellect. This is Bitcoin. Yes, indeed. I mean, look at what it's managed to achieve in just simply, I mean, that's like 12 months. You know, I mean, absolutely massive. You know, and now that all the shitcoiners that were holding it back have been shaken out, it is free to literally fly. Lift off like a rocket. So, again, shitcoiners wouldn't understand this, but for anybody with any just like this tiniest little bit of intellect, you know, they'll be like, oh, right, what is this? Let's start asking questions. How is this possible? What number is that? What number go up is that? That is Bitcoin, as I've explained. When it got a new ticker symbol, sorry about that, and a new price tag. So talking about price tags, let's have a look at the shitcoin market. Let's bring it up. Here we go. Coin crap. See what's going on. So, I mean, look at this. You know, I mean, core coin up 5.3% again today. Ethereum 2.5. Has that gone up and down again or something? People were telling me that Ethereum hit an all-time high. I mean, if you scroll out and look at the all-time here, I mean, this is just hilarious. Look, I mean, it's an absolute piece of shit. Like, an utter piece of shit. But, yeah, so it's got high 1,370. Currently 1,370, yeah, 90. Oh, yeah, so, yeah, 1,395. So, again, that's coin crap being crap again, a little bit slow. But they will update the all-time high very soon. But, yeah, that's Ethereum. I mean, like, you know, most people, and I can understand this, would be like, oh, my God, look what I've missed out on, blah, blah, blah. But its number go up. There is no fundamental value behind that pump in the price. Literally nothing. So, yeah, I mean, if you're a dirty trader and you're a gambler, you know, and you got lucky, yeah, fair play. But I have to completely detach myself to that because it's just an absolute joke. There is no value in that whatsoever. It is utterly hot air and the bubble could literally pop overnight. And you just never knew when or never know when, you know, but soon, I would say. And then Bitcoin, well, Bitcoin, core coin. They need to change the name of that. Because coin crap currently have it listed as Bitcoin when we know it's not. Gonna get in trouble. I see trouble ahead. Right, so look at this. This was the previous time. I mean, look at that. It smashed that, but that just simply goes to show you the reach that the name Bitcoin has got. You know, and this is just simply, you know, speculative bullshit. And actually, you know what was really funny? I saw a video earlier of Michael Saylor in complete denial about Tether, which we'll come to in a minute. It was really quite shocking, actually, you know. But let's just have a quick look at Bitcoin. I mean, look at that. We've got Uniswap catching up as a market cap. Absolutely hilarious. And then this Aave again. Absolute total and utter pieces of shit. You know, all on Uniswap, like lending platforms. I mean, look at that. Boom. So it's gone from like 50 cents to 244 only in crypto. You know, but again, you know, it's a bullshit token on a bullshit network that is just simply going to crumble. People just simply don't believe it, but it's because they don't understand the fundamental basics, like literally, and I mean absolute fundamental basics. And they're not hard. They're really not hard to understand. But you know, I'll illustrate some shitcoin shenanigans in a minute. Oh, look at that! Little pump in the price. Don't really want that. I've got money coming in soon. I need number go down. To be honest with you, that would number go down would suit me quite nicely. Right now, you know, still got a chance to get in a weekly low. Whew. Oh, it's up on the month just slightly, 3 month low, 6 month low, yearly low. It's still up from where it first started, $340. But I was buying like literally as it was collapsing all the way down here for about 6 months. I was just like, I mean, look at that. So it started off $134 and crashed all the way down to 53. So by the time it got to like $53, I was just like, I've spent 6 months like buying this, and all it's done is go down and down and down and down and down. You know, heartbreaking, but you know, if you don't appreciate the show, you will never appreciate, you know, like what it's done for you. It's all about the work, you know, and they're being dragged through the mud, going through the wars. So it just makes that a little bit of victory sweeter at the end, and you appreciate it more because you've had to work for it. You know, you've been bloodied in battle, as it were, as they say. So anyway, we'll leave that there for the YouTube trailer. Let's crack on. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and watch the full episode on Streamanity for just 20 cents. Go to www.satoshi.tv. See the link in the description below. Bitcoin, one world, one chain.
Yeah! One vision.